Hi everyone, welcome back again. I mentioned to you earlier on while I was making the moss stitch tutorial that I will be showing you how to make another blanket, baby blanket. This one is the Suzette stitch and it's just finished off with 3 rows of single crochet, but you can do 4 or 5 depending on how how thick you like your edging. I don't really think it needs any fancy edges because the texture of the blanket is just so pretty on its own. Having a really fussy border will just take away from the actual details of the blanket. This measures approximately 27 inches by 27. That's the size I tend to do mine, but of course you can make this as long as you want. It's done in multiples of 2 plus 1, so any odd number really. I used for this project a 5mm crochet hook. You will also need obviously a measuring tape, and you will need that right at the end to cut and tie your yarns. So I'm using a standard DK yarn, lightweight number 3, 100% acrylic, and it recommends I use a 4mm. Now with this stitch, because it's quite quite like a stiff stitch, which is nice, which is what you need, I've used a 5mm. You can go up to a 5.5mm, but I like the texture with the 5. So for this specific blanket, I chained 85 chains, and then I think it gave me a length of about 26 inches, and then I added the border. But obviously, like I said, you can make the border bigger. It's really pretty. See if I can open it up to you. You can see the texture. It's absolutely gorgeous. Again, it's a 1 row repeat. You may already know how to do the Suzette blanket. There are a few tutorials out there. There's variations, there's different slightly different patterns, but some people work with an even number of stitches, some people work with odd. I like odd because I like to have the 1 single crochet running up the side. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, let me just move this to the side and I'll make you a short sample, and then I'll show you how to do the border, sorry. So an odd number, and in my case I'll do 15 because I'll only make a small one. So chain at 15 in my case. Your case will be 85 if you're making this blanket, or if you want it bigger than 27 inches, just work your chain up to an odd number. So I'll do 15. Okay, now into the second chain, just do a single crochet. Now some people don't do that. Some people may put a half double crochet in there. I prefer single crochet, and we are going to do a single crochet row basically all the way through to the end. And as I chained 15, I should have 14 single crochets. Lots of tutorials out there that don't actually do a single crochet row. I prefer a single crochet row to work on because I'll be doing a single crochet on either of the edges. So a single crochet will run here and a single up the top, up the side, sorry, should I say. Okay, so starting from the second chain, work a single crochet row, then chain 1 and flip your work. Oops, if I can flip it. And in the very first one, do a single crochet. That's what I was just about to explain to you originally, was that some people will put half double crochet in here, some people may not do anything here, but as I've done 1 across, I like 1 on the edge the blanket. Then you miss a stitch, and in the second one you do a single crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. Miss one, go to the next one, single crochet and a double crochet. Miss one, single crochet and a double crochet. And it really is just as easy as that. Miss one, go to the next one, single crochet and double. Miss one, go to the next one, single crochet and double crochet. Miss one, the last one here, this one here, single crochet and double. And like I said, as I did one single crochet here, you should be left with one stitch here, which will be the one single crochet. Chain one, just get some yarn, flip your work over, and into that very first stitch again, single crochet. Now you miss one, same as before, and you'll see this little, so you miss one and you go to the next one. So, but the next one always looks like a little V. Don't know whether you can see them. There's one and then there's a little V there. So single crochet, miss that one. You can see them from the top actually if you're finding it difficult to view. So you can just double check. So that would be your next one, which you would miss, and then you'd go into that one, which happens to look like it's a chain one, but it's not, if that makes sense. So into there, single and a double. Miss one, and then again, single and a double. Missing one chain, and into the next chain, one single crochet and one double crochet. Miss one, next one, one single and one double. Miss one, one single and one double, and you'll be left with one chain and one stitch there, and that'll be your single crochet. Chain one, flip your work, single crochet again, very first one. You'll see in a few rows how it will look. Miss that one, next one, single crochet and double crochet. Miss one, single and double. So you're basically missing one stitch, and in the second one you place a single and a double. If you haven't done the singles and the doubles crochets before, I do have individual videos listed if you want to go back and have a look there, which I break down slowly what these how to do these stitches. Or alternatively, if I am going too fast, please just put me on slow. So we flip the work over, go in again, first one single crochet, then miss one, and then the next one, single and a double in every alternative stitch. I love this raspberry colour. Now like I said, I've done this with a 5.5. You can try it with a 5.0, but you can try it with a 5.5 if you want it to be still a little bit more looser. Now, had I worked it with a 4, this would be very stiff, which is the recommended hook for this yarn. But being a baby blanket, you want it to be a bit more soft and a little bit of a drape. So I'll do a couple of rows, and then I'll show you how to do the single crochet border and where to place your stitches to get a nice even edge. And this is row number 4, and you can see how quickly it works up. And it's not only that, it's got such a lovely, I think I showed you something similar in one of my tutorials, but this, so yeah, so you can see these stitches go that way, then that way, that way, that way, and that way, and it's both sided, of course. Do one more row. I won't make it into a square, I don't want to keep too much of your time. I just want to really show you how it would look with a few rows. It's one of those blankets that you don't really need to patterns, should I say, that you need to concentrate too hard on, because like I said, you just need to know how to single crochet and double crochet. So this is, like I said, a small sample, and once you've got to the size that you need to get to, 27 by 27, hopefully, it doesn't have to be spot on, but you know, so once you've got to the size that you need, you go straight in to your border. So chain 1 here, and into that very first one, do a single crochet. Okay, then you will see what looks like a little hole. You put one in there. Then you'll always see a slant of the so I'm trying to explain really. So there's always a hole, and then there's a long bit like that, so that's your next stitch. Then there's the hole, and then there's the long stitch that we did. Then it will take you to the corner. See, if I pull that, you can see that was where the corner was. So every corner is 3 single crochets. Okay, working across this way is pretty straightforward. It's when you working down the sides, you need to know where to place your stitch. So that is just every single crochet in every stitch, and it will be, you can see, we're here, 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 and should have one there on the end, and in the corner it's 3, so 1, 2 and 3. Then you go into the hole, like I've said, it looks like a little hole. Then you get the stitch that's the long stitch, go in there. Then if you pull your work, you'll be able to see, then you see another little hole there, and then you've got the long slanted stitch there, then another little hole, can you see? Then the long stitch, and you're back to a corner, which is there. So 3 in there, 1, 2 and 3. That will turn the work round. Can you see how nice and even it's running? Because you can make a mistake. I don't expect you to count all the stitches going up the side of your work, because, you know, it just causes more stress, I think. So you're basically evenly placing them. So this opposite side is pretty easy because you can see them. One there and there, and you've got the space there, and then you've got the stitch there, space there, and stitch there, there. And just use your can you see? It's absolutely straight. Now this first one we did 1, so we need to go back into that same one and do 2 more to make it 3. Okay, and then slip stitch to that first single crochet. So that's your 1 round of single crochets. The first row, like I said, is the bit tricky one, but then the rest you're just doing on top of the original single crochet. So go back into that same stitch, do 1, and then work to the end. And when you get to here where it's got the 3, go to the middle one of the so the second one out of the 3, and then place 3 into that middle one. Then you're working across again, 1 single crochets all the way to the end. I'm not flipping the work or anything, I'm just working 3 continuous rounds. So you can see this is the 3. If you're unsure, use your markers. Like I said, you can mark your corners if you're not sure. But there's that previous round, and then we've got the 1, 2 and 3. So do the first 1 single crochet, and into the second one you want to place 3 again. And then there's your next one, single crochet all the way. Okay, that's my middle one of the 3 from the previous round. 3 in that one, and single crochet across the bottom or the side, whichever way whichever way it was. So that's your middle one. So do your 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then slip stitch to the first single crochet that we did. And you see we're not actually starting from the corner, we're just attaching to where we did our so that's what it is with 3. So you can go ahead and do your 3rd row or 4th or 5th or however many you like. But the pattern itself is really pretty. Look, that's the back side now, because we're doing the single. You can alternate and flip your work if you don't like that look at the back. If you don't want all your single crochets facing the same way, you can flip your work if you want to. But you know, even the back of the single crochet is quite nice, so it's entirely up to you. And that's your Suzette stitch baby blanket, or any size blanket you would like to make. The details I've given you though is for this one. I'll show you the piece again one more time. Okay, hope you like this tutorial. It was a quick and easy one this time, and please do subscribe, do like my videos. Please also share them to anyone who'd love to either learn how to make these things, or just, you know, I mean, I just love making baby items, but blankets I do like, enjoy making. So thank you again for your time, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.